Let me show you another example. This is a Colorado right here. It says starting point, $29,500. Looked at all the Colorados across the country, and here we go. The cheapest one that you can find is $31,000. I just showed you, you can't find one for $29,500 across the whole country. This is a $600,000 car. $123,000. This thing is insane. I'm gonna hit a lot of this stuff quick because I'm trying to get you through this whole show in just one quick video. And I save the best for last. There's a really cool thing right at the end, and I'm gonna hit that right at the end of this video. Oh, here we go. So today I am at the Charlotte Auto Show, and what happens here is a lot of these manufacturers, GMC, you got Ford over here, a lot of manufacturers bring vehicles here to really get the public excited. They show new models coming out, they show the prices of vehicles right here. I mean, you have an EV Denali, I mean, you can see over here you have an EV Hummer, you have Cadillac sitting over here. This is their setup. But what I want to do is I want to take you through this whole auto show, especially if you haven't seen one before. It's actually a very interesting thing to go through and look at a lot of these vehicles. But we can see what a lot of these manufacturers, the direction that they're going, a lot of the products that they're wanting to come out and get to dealers. And here's a Cadillac, it's sweet, but I want to point out something like this. This is a Tahoe right here. And this is a 2024 or 2025 model. We got the sticker on this right here. 2024 Tahoe, four-wheel drive, RST, and MSRP on this one, $75,000. But what I find interesting is a lot of times they'll put these stickers up here, and it says starting at $56,000. Here's the thing. At this auto show, what I've learned is that a lot of these prices, let's step back. So what the goal of this auto show is to get consumers excited about products that are coming out. What's the biggest problem right now in this car market? Well, it's price point, right? So what happens is they have things like that Tahoe, which says starting at $56,000, but that's going to be your lowest level trim, and a trim level you're probably not going to be able to find at dealerships. But if they put, okay, that Tahoe was $75,000, the one that they're actually showing, but if they put that in a big sign, well, the biggest problem with the car market right now being price point, that doesn't really get consumers excited. Let me show you another example. This is a Colorado right here. It says starting point, $29,500. Here's what they got. But this one, I pulled the sticker, somebody in there, so I'm not gonna pull it out, but I pulled the sticker out of that one, and it's $65,000 for this particular trim. And here's what I did. I actually pulled up from CarEdge's website, looked at all the Colorados across the country, and here we go. The cheapest one that you can find is $31,000. So even though they show this Colorado here with that starting point of that $29,500, I just showed you, you can't find one for $29,500 across the whole country. So just keep that in mind when we're going through all of these vehicles and looking at price points. Like here's a Kia right here. It says starting point on this one's $55,000. Now this looks more like a real MSRP sticker, and some of these auto manufacturers do that for the particular trims that I'm in, but I've also seen some of these manufacturers put a trim sticker that is a lower level trim than what they're actually showing at this auto show. Kind of, I don't know if you want to call it shady or not. I mean, it's just to show what price point you might be able to get for a lot of these vehicles, but in all actuality, a lot of these price points that we're seeing at these auto shows, it's not going to be the case when you're actually going to these dealerships. And keep in mind too, when you go to the dealerships, you're not just paying that low level MSRP price or that starting point. Even that Colorado that they were saying is $29,500. If you found that one Colorado that they produced to get to be able to say that we're starting this out at $29,500, you know, when you go to that dealership, you're going to end up paying $35,000, $36,000, $37,000 for that vehicle. But over here, this is your high rent district. We got Acuras over here. We got Range Rovers over here. I think this is a Defender over here. I want to see this, see if we can see a price on it. This thing's sick. I do like this. Yep, Range Rover Defender. They actually don't have a oh, no, here we go. We got one. So here it is, 2025 Defender, and price on this. This is actually from a dealer. I'll talk about that in a second. This is $82,000. But in a lot of cases, some of these vehicles that are coming to these auto shows, they're either provided by the manufacturer, specifically like something like this VW. We'll look at that in a second. But there's some vehicles out here that are provided by the manufacturer, and there's some vehicles that are provided by local dealers. I know that there's a Stellantis exhibit, I guess that's what you call them, on the other side, and a local dealer that I go to a lot. They have a lot of vehicles here, which maybe with Stellantis is because they're not selling them on their dealership. They got to put them somewhere. Maybe they get some kind of tax write-off or something by coming and showing them here. But let's go look at that VW real quick. This thing is insane. I'm gonna hit a lot of this stuff quick, because I'm trying to get you through this whole show in just one quick video. But this is electric. This is a bus. But look, I mean, this is cool. This is like got camping written all over this thing. You come around here, I've already seen this. This is the trunk. So this is like a little table or a little bench. I don't know what it was designed for, but very, very neat. Here's the thing. This looks like a camping mobile, but it's electric. So when you go out there and you don't have a charging station, I guess you're just camping forever at that point, because you have nowhere to actually charge the car. So then it becomes, you know what, they just named it the van down by the river. That's what we're now calling that VW. But talk about the high-risk district. There's the Land Rovers, you got Jaguar, you got Porsche, and then you go to Kia. Well, there's Lexus right there, and then Hyundai and Kia is right next to that. But we'll look at that in a second. I want to take you over here, because this is the Subaru section. So at an auto show, what would you expect to be around Subarus? Well, this right here. Dogs, right? I know. You're so sweet, aren't you? Yeah. Oh my goodness. We'll have to.
6 months old.
And we got another puppy over there and another puppy right there. But just want to point that out. A lot of times I go to these auctions, I look at Subarus, and they're used Subarus. But all the Subarus always have dog hair all in the Subarus. And I always say that if a Subaru goes to auction and it doesn't have dog hair in it, it means that a dog is trying to cover up a crime, and they have scrubbed all of their hair out of their cars. So obviously, a Subaru owner, if you own a Subaru, you have to have a dog. At an auto show, it's very funny to see that that reigns true, because in an auto show, they have an adoption site set up for dogs at the Subaru exhibit. Over here are all your Hondas. Let's see if we can, let's check a sticker on one of them since we're here. This one right here, this looks like a Pilot. Is this a Pilot? Yep, 2025 Pilot, which is interesting because the Honda dealership that I've been to recently, all they have is really 2024s, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the Black Edition. Where's the price? There's $56,000. And keep in mind, I mean, this is going to be the low end of what you're going to actually be able to potentially find one of these, even in the trim levels. Looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. I like it. I want to keep moving though. Keep moving. Let's get one video knocked out this whole thing. We're going to try to go for another like 12, 13 minutes on this thing. And I save the best for last. There's a really cool thing right at the end, and I'm going to hit that right at the end of this video. Oh, here we go. So Ford and Toyota, they both have, I think, the biggest sections of this auto show, but your Ford section goes from all the way right here way over there. You can see some Ford trucks sitting over there, but let's come look at some of these. This is a Raptor, I believe. Yeah. This one's Raptor. I like this color. You don't see this very often. I don't think I've ever seen this color on an actual dealer lot, but very cool. Let's see the price on this. See if it's 2025. Nope, 2024, which is interesting to me. Here's a $93,000. I point that out because a lot of these vehicles that are here are 2024s, and we're right at the end of the calendar year of 2024. So you would think most of these vehicles out here that they're showcasing would be 2025s, and I wonder if that's an element of the market showing that, okay, there's so many 2024s sitting on a lot of these dealer lots still, so they're trying to drum up some excitement on a lot of 2024s, because these manufacturers, Ford, Stellantis, even a brand like Toyota, knows that they have to get a lot of these 2024s off dealer lots, because Market's hard right now. Here's another interesting thing. We got 2 Mavericks right here. You don't see a lot of those at dealer lots, although recently we've seen some increase of supply for them. This is an XLT. Another thing I like is that at this auto show, I've never been to an auto show. This is my first experience with it, but when I go to dealerships and look, I can't see the inside of the cars. Everything's locked up, but here I get to open it up, touch, feel, see if it feels cheap, if it feels expensive, that kind of stuff. But this is a 2024 Maverick XLT, $38,000. And here's something funny. It's just cars everywhere and a story everywhere. So Broncos, you know, they're having a hard time selling a lot of these big body Broncos. At dealerships right now, they're stacking up. Been to dealerships lately, have tons and tons and tons of them sitting everywhere. So to drum up excitement, what do? They bring this color Bronco here. This is just an interesting choice. This seems like a very niche color. I mean, look at the wheels. I get it. There's a customer for this right here, but I think that's hideous. Let's see here. 2024, this is the Heritage model, and $71,580. Absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, it looks great. I would rather it be like a normal color, but look, this is cool on the inside. I like Broncos. I wish a Bronco, the way this looks and everything like that, I just wish it was made by somebody else. Maybe if Toyota would pick up. I'm joking. Anyway, Ford has had a lot of issues with their vehicles, and it's sad to see a vehicle that looks as cool as that having problems actually getting sold. It's just going to boil down to price point. If they could release something like that for $35,000, it'll get sold. But they do have the Bronco Sport, much smaller SUV, and this entry point, especially on this one that they were just talking about, is right at $32,000. There's a problem. I've been to a lot of these Ford dealership lots. You're gonna have a hard time finding one that you're only gonna pay $32,000 for, and that's just an ongoing theme with a lot of these manufacturers when they're saying, okay, we can get this price point down, we can get to the mid-30s, we can get to the low 30s. But in all actuality, when you get to the dealership lots, consumers not paying that. They're not able to pay that. And I want to look and see what the cheapest thing that Ford is offering right now, and I believe it's going to be one of these Escapes. There's 2 Escapes right here. I think I would guess one's going to be hybrid, the other one maybe not. Let's see. This is Escape front-wheel drive. This is a plug-in hybrid, so this one's going to be more expensive. Yep, $46,000. You can look at the inside of this. These seats. I've been in these quite a few times now. Everything feels cheap about it. I don't like these, but that was $46,000. This one's going to be your non-hybrid, I would assume, so it should be cheaper. Yeah, front-wheel drive. It's a 2025, so we are seeing some 2025s here. $30,000. This is more of what we need, small SUVs at that $30,000 price point. But really, when you get in this thing, cloth seats, basic, feels cheap. When I'm sitting in it, it feels like it's a $22,000 or $23,000 car to me. My opinion, but that's what it feels like to me. I want to take you over here because there is something that's absolutely insane. I saw yesterday. I was able to sit in it, and now they have it roped off. But I did open the door on it, and I couldn't get the door closed, so hopefully I didn't break the door, and that's why they have it roped off. I just stepped on something. This is a Ferrari, and they have stuff like that sitting here. This is a $600,000 car. The sticker on it says $595,000. Absolutely insane. They have Bentley here, Maserati. Let's see what else we got. There you go. Alfa Romeo, and we've got an Aston Martin. So this is going to be your highest line of vehicles. Oh, and can we get in this one? Nope, it's not gonna let me in that one either. Let's see if it's got a price on this one. Yep, $317,000. Absolutely insane. So it's funny. Here's the thing. I was able to go sit in that Ferrari yesterday, and it's a $600,000 car. I only paid $15 to get into this auto show. So I would think that for me only to pay $15 and to be able to sit in a $600,000, that's giving me way way too much leeway for the amount of money that I'm putting out to actually go and sit in a car that's worth that much money. They're trusting a whole lot of people, because you don't have to have a lot of sense to have $15. And you need some sense to mess around with a $600,000 car. This right here, check this out. This is interesting. This is their EV testing track. So what they'll have is they'll have employees that work here, reps that work here, that are actually taking people in and doing the launch, the EV launch. So you go from 0 to 60, you can feel the torque, feel what it feels like to be in one of these EVs. And I have a Tesla, and that's one of my favorite things about it. And people who have not had that experience to go from 0 to 60 that quickly in an EV and feel that instant reaction from the pedal, this is a cool thing for them to have. And you see that you have BMWs, you have your Mach-E. I think that's another. I can't really tell. I think that's another BMW. My eyes are bad right now. You have Audi. You have a F-150 Lightning. One of the things I wanted to do before I left here, I don't think I'm going to have time, was to get into F-150 Lightning, because I would like to feel, I've been in Teslas and being able to feel the 0 to 60 in those, and they're still cars, but I want to feel the 0 to 60 in something that has that much weight, like the F-150 Lightning. I'm not, the truck, I'm obviously I'm not a fan of the truck and the price points and things like that, but I think it would be a cool thing for me to experience. So if you ever have an auto show around here, I think they do this a lot at a lot of these auto shows when they take them around the country. If you have not experienced, even if you hate EVs, if you have not experienced that 0 to 60 moment, it's cool. And that's one of the reasons why I really like my Tesla, and the reason why I drive it. I mean, I've got a used car dealer. I've got 75, 80, no, we got 91 cars right now. And I choose to drive that Tesla all the time because I like the experience. It's just different. It feels different. So even if you don't like Tesla, if you don't like EVs, something to still, I think everyone should experience. Now, here we are. We're in the middle of the highest sought after brand right now, Toyota. This is what I want to look at with you for a second. We've got some cool stuff over there, and we'll get to that in just a minute. I'm trying to just run through this right now. Here we go. These, I think this is a Camry. Yep, there's a 2025 Camry. Here's the starting price. Remember what we talked about starting prices earlier, though. But this particular model is $32,000. I like it. Camry is the most reliable vehicle that you can buy on the market right now, in my opinion. But still, at $32,000, still hard for the average family. And that's the definition of an average family vehicle is the Camry, is the Corolla. Here's a Corolla right here. We'll check the price on that. Yeah, starting at, we'll look inside of it first. Yep, there's the Corolla base model, starting at $23,000, and this particular model is a hybrid LE, $27,481. And keep in mind, it hasn't been all that long ago that Corollas, low 20s, under $20,000. And now it's just the cheapest thing at Toyota, which is Corolla, is going to be mid 20s. And we're probably never getting back to that price point. I say probably, we're definitely never getting back to the price point where you can go buy Corollas for under $20,000. There was only one vehicle this past year that you could get for under $20,000 new. It's a Mitsubishi Mirage. And guess what? They don't make those anymore. So here we go. Here's a Land Cruiser. We'll check that out. I like that color. That color's bad. Starting at $56,000, but this particular model, 71 grand for this thing. It looks awesome, but that's very expensive. I mean, look at that. Oh yeah, I like that. Toyota emblem. All the screens look nice. Oh, the sunroof. Yeah, this is nice. I like this a lot. You got Supra right there. Sequoia. Let's check it. And 4Runner. 4Runner says starting at $40,000. Sequoia started at $62,000. Going to be hard for you to find a Sequoia you can go and actually buy for $62,000. This one's the capstone. This is the top of the line. This is $87,000, and this thing is so sweet. Look at that. Oh, running boards come out, hit me in the shin. Massive sunroof. This is what I want. This is what I want for Christmas. All right, mama. Put this on my Christmas list. That's what I want. That's what daddy needs. I don't like the 6-cylinder turbos, but that's a bad vehicle right there. I love that. Need something with some size too. That's good. That's it. That's the one. All right, we have a Tundra right here. We got 4Runners, it's off-road. The other one, I think this is Polestar. This is interesting. A lot of you probably don't know what this is, but this is a company that Volvo has taken a big investment into. They make electric vehicles, and they were supposed to be a big rival for Tesla. Has not been the case, and they're checked that sticker earlier. I want to say that Polestar was like $76,000. It's easy to know why they're not really rivaling Tesla, because in a similar model, in a Tesla you're paying $20,000 less than that. Anyway, here we're at Stellantis, and I want to check this Grand Wagoneer, because I think this Grand Wagoneer has actually been in one of my videos before. Yeah, it has been. $123,000. So I go to a lot of these Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealerships, and that dealer who actually brought that vehicle to this auto show is one that I film out quite a bit. I like the dealership, but that's their particular vehicle, and that vehicle has been on some of the videos that we've shot at their dealership lot. So hopefully they get some kind of write-off, they get some kind of money from the auto show, because they need to be able to lower the price on this thing. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I do look at your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Man, you helped me out buying a vehicle.
Really, I helped you out. I appreciate it. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You helped me out to look for.
Yeah.
Not to pay for.
Okay.
Time a year to buy. You helped me out.
I'm glad I was better here. Thank you. So your name's Matt. Okay. Appreciate it. All right. Well, he's gonna be on the video. There we go. All right, yeah, if you ever see me out in public, come grab me, talk to me. There's been quite a few people already talked to me here at this auto show. It's very nice to see you. I mean, I usually see the numbers going through, and it's hard to relate that to actual human beings, actual people that are going to be watching my video. So it's cool. It's cool. Anyway, this is one of the biggest problems that Jeep is dealing with right now, Gladiators. They have 2024s that are just stacking up at dealerships right now, and they have 2025s coming out, and Jeep has already said that with these 2025s coming out, they're going to add up to $8,300 worth of incentives on top of them. So what does that mean? That means these dealerships that have 2024s sitting on their lots, their 2025s are going to instantly come in and be cheaper than the year-old models that they still have on their lot. So what does Jeep have to do? They have to lower prices. And this one right here is $43,000. It's just the Sport. And the new version of the same trim level, the Sport, is going to be at $40,000. So it's already coming out with an MSRP that's going to be $3,000 lower than the current MSRP. That's a problem for the dealers, because now they're the ones that are getting stuck holding the bag. All right, and we did save the best for last. Some of your old school stuff right there. Check that out. I mean, this stuff is insane. I've never been to an auto show, so I don't know how common it is for them to have some of this older stuff. But this is, I mean, that's beautiful. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful car. And we can end it up with, remember when Jeep was reliable, remember when Jeep was cheap and everyone wanted to buy one and they were just all around good vehicles. This is it. And this is what we leave you with. Manufacturers, get back to this. This is what we want.